Good evening.
So, good evening.
So hello, welcome to another one. We've just came out of that rather large car park from behind. If you haven't seen, check out last year's video and then you can compare it to this year's video. But I am in Liverpool. We've come to the River of Lights. I think it's a musical but more visual light show. They put on different sculptures. Yeah, basically. Installations, sculptures, installation, all sorts of lights and things like that. There's 12 of them. We're going to try and do a few tonight, which is Sunday, and then we're going to come back next Friday and do a few more, and hopefully meeting a couple of people here. So this could possibly be a two-parter, or it could even be all in one. It depends how long it lasts. But for now, we're going to head towards the big wheel and get our first image. I like to try and do things differently, and I took a couple of images last year which worked quite well, but this year we're here a little bit earlier and there's a little bit more light in the sky. So I'm going to start with my first image of the big wheel, and I'm going to do one of them split screen images where you get two images in one. I'm going to go right over here towards the window and do what I did last year and get a reflection of the wheel, but I want a reflection of the reflection, and then I want the wheel moving. So as I'm standing here now, I've got the wheel in the mirror, in the glass, and I've got the wheel moving on the outside. And I'm going to do a split image. I'm going to split one in half and do one moving and one static, just to make it look different. So my idea for this then is taking one shot, and I'm at f8, and I want to try and, I'm going to split, I don't know whether I'm going to have the reflection moving or whether I'm going to have the actual wheel moving, but probably the wheel moving because that'll look better, and then the reflection will be static. So I need to wait for it to stop moving at the moment because it's still going round. But the first shot was at f8 with about 2.5 seconds. It's just about to stop now. Now it's stopped. I just want to get another shot, the same shot again. Don't move the camera, don't move any settings or anything, and just get one with it static. That way the reflection, then I can blend the two images in and have half and half so that it looks a bit odd. And it should just be a little bit of a mystery to the image. I'm wondering why one of the images is moving and one isn't. One baking at the moment. I've just set the camera up again, and if I flip you around and show you the back of the camera, you can see that I've got the camera set up as close to the window as possible. I can barely get my hand in between the glass, and the reason that is as I come away here, you get the reflection on this side is starting losing, and you get more of the actual reality, and I want to bring more of the reflection in. So the closer and closer I get to the window, you can see now that I've got same sort of size either side, and it's split down the middle perfectly, and it looks really good on the back of the camera. It's just stopped moving again, so I'm going for my next image with it not moving, and this is going to be a really cool little shot. Looks like two wheels next to each other, but I do need to get that wheel very static and not moving on one side so I can split the difference. I'm going to split it straight down the middle, but yeah, that's going to look quite good, that one. I am going to try and find each time I see an installation. This isn't the installation, this is just a tester to get me going, but I just want to see if I can just look at a different angle. And with having a little bit of water on the ground, it has been raining, it means we're going to get reflections, which is great. But yeah, first image is done. Split it in two and do a split screen image. You've got three, you've got one, two, and the one in that one, yeah. If you can get a proper three, that would be quite cool.
But I've changed the...
Have you already took one on your phone?
I've darkened the image a little bit.
Make the sky dark. No, I like the colour in the sky because it always adds. I've always said if you're going to do night photography, try and get a little bit of blue in the sky rather than it just being black.
It's a really short kind of amount of time, isn't it? You've got only the...
A very short window of time, yeah. So yeah, let's crack on and see if we can find the next one. we're in Albert Docks now, and the other installation is number 5. This one is on our list. I'll put a map up so I can show you the map. But this is installation 5, and it's right behind the camera. I'm staring at it at the moment. It's these little pretty waves that are in the water. It's just like a white pattern, but I could do with 2 in a couple of shots, maybe on a high ISO, one to get a quick shot and one to do a bit of a slower shot. But we'll take the shot anyway. It's nothing impressive, this one. It's going to be quite a hard one to shoot, but again, I want to try and document it as best I can, so let's give this one a go. Right, so there's an awful lot of people around, which makes it really difficult to get into position. But we are right up water's edge now, and I've got the camera set up. And again, a really nice, simple little shot. I put the actual sort of installation, the light, on the thirds, so everything sits on the roller thirds. And I've got this nice line of lights in the background, so I've got the docks going off in the background with all the reflections. I think it works quite nicely, and even on a 2-second exposure, you still get to see the slightly little different patterns in the line where they're all sort of striping in. So yeah, I think this one works quite nicely, and very different to last year's installation. So yeah, I thought they'd all be the same, but good start. So this is really difficult to shoot with all these people around. We're trying to do the best we possibly can. I think I'm going to bump my ISO up just to get a little bit more speed. I think 500 should be okay. I'll stick to that for now, just to give me a little bit more speed because it's getting darker and darker. In the background we've got the liver birds, and I think I've worked out what this is supposed to be now. It's supposed to be like, you know, like Lady Bower, when you get the water funneling down a hole. When you watch it and look at it, it actually looks like everything's going down a hole in the middle, especially when you get round to the side where we are now. It looks quite cool. So yeah, let's keep moving around and see if it changes, but I think the best shot is literally standing right here in front of it. So I've come up to the next, we found the next installation. This one is not one to be photographed, it's one just to have a little look at and to show you really what it does. I'm struggling a bit because I've got an umbrella in my hand as well as the camera on a tripod because it is raining a bit, and I haven't come out of all my gear. I've only got the camera and that's it, and a tripod, a little mini carry around tripod, so I've not made it very easy for myself. We wasn't expecting it to rain, so I haven't got any bags or any waterproof covers or anything, so we've had to buy a little umbrella. But this is quite a cool one. I think they're cyclists, and you've got to cycle to make the pattern cycle, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to stand and watch it for a second, and then we'll move on to the next one. Hopefully the next one I can get a photograph of it. So I think the idea is you have someone on each side, and the person that's cycling is going to get to the other side. So it's hard to explain and hard to describe, but there's cycles either end. So one person's cycling and the blue lights turn to red as they go over the top. And I think that's the idea. So the faster they go, the more the chance they got of winning. Really difficult with so many people around. Marta's just told me a few times I've just stabbed her in the face with the umbrella. Oops. Yeah, I've got pictures of the Ferris wheel thing, which is hiding behind there somewhere there last year. So yeah, you better have a look at that one, because I'm not going to get it this year because there's way too many people there. So we're just trying to find the next one being dragged. Where are we going? Oh, we don't know. Right, I'll speak to you when you can see me face. Right, so we've got the next one, which is this one is, well, it looks like it's like egg timers. Yeah, it's egg timers basically. So again, another one that's not going to photograph. So far, not good at all. I like the ones you can actually take photographs of, because that makes me want to come down and do it. But these ones, they're all visual. This is more for playing with and activities. So I'll just show you what they are. So at the next light show, this one is it's flowers, it's tulip, and there's water next to it. It's a shame there's a tree sticking out on the side, so you've got to come up quite close, and I can just about get it in with a 16mm lens, and I've had to turn it over to vertical so the camera's sitting upright to try and get the reflection in, and it's changing colours while we're standing there as well. And again, just waiting for that moment, to grab that moment without the people in front of it, and just do the best I can. The reflection's not as perfect as it should be, because you're getting the water splashes obviously coming down and hitting the water, but it's still pretty good. I might go a bit lower. I might see if I can squeeze down low, see if there's a possible way of getting it from lower down, but it's not a bad little one for photographing, this one. Just shame the sky's gone black because it's really, really dark now. But yeah, have a quick look. Mega different. difficult to get the shot, but if you use your phone, you can get down really, really low, and by getting down really, really low, down all the way right down on the bottom, you can see down here, you can get down onto the reflection down there. A mega, mega shot of the lights reflecting on the wall in front of me, and it looks really, really good. Right, so we've got that one done. We managed to move round to the end as well, and by coming round to the end I can actually squeeze it all in on a vertical shot, or horizontal shot, sorry. The vertical was nice,
was
but
doing
the
it, he was selling the tip for the youngsters.
Yeah, I was giving tips, yeah, to people, getting the reflections. I know, I always do, but yeah, no, pretty cool. That's at least that's one we can photograph with the camera. Right, onwards. Oh. Right, I'm in a dilemma now. I don't know what to do with myself. We've just come to this next one, which is the gnomes. It's just taken us ages and ages to find it because it took a wrong turn. I was trying to follow my map that wasn't working, and I ended up a mile or two away from where we're supposed to be. It's getting really difficult now. My umbrella turned itself inside out, so I've got no umbrella. I don't know whether I can get any shots of these or not. Yeah, we might have to wait till Friday, but I like the idea that the water's wet and it's giving me reflections, because if it's dry Friday, it's going to be boring. But then if it's wet Friday, I can bring a proper umbrella with me. But yeah, it is really raining and I'm getting drenched. Hope you appreciate this. Not just yet. Huh? Not just yet. Well, that's a bit of a transition. You can see I've got a different hat and a different coat on, and the tarmac and everything's dry, and we've not got wet, rainy hair. No. Umbrellas in the bin, and we are 5 days later on. We had to bail out Sunday night. It is now Friday night. Sunday it got really, really wet, really, really fast. The coat was drenched, the umbrella turned itself inside out, and basically, yeah, I'd had enough. So we bailed out, we're going home. We decided to come back Friday. We arranged to come back Friday anyway, and we're here. It's bone dry, but there is a zillion people. I think I prefer it in the rain. Two reasons. One, I like it because the ground's all wet and shiny, whereas at the moment it's not. And the other reason is I've never seen so many people. So there's one-way systems going all the way around the docks. So I'm thinking next time it's raining, definitely come, but just come prepared. We've got another installation in front of us. I'm going to try and get to it. I hope that's not a queue that's lining up to get to it. And yeah, see if we can get a photo of it. The problem is, so far this year, I'm not that impressed. The actual installations themselves aren't that photographic. They don't sort of lend themselves to a photo. So yeah, let's have a look at this and see if we can make something of it, and then we'll move on to the next one.
Down when you've got novel music.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
So this thing is impossible to photograph. There's so many people on it, but I'm trying to find a little angle that looks quite good. And I've found one before, and I've just spotted two more while I was doing a bit of filming. So I've got this nice S leading through the top of the image. I'm just waiting for them to change colours now to go to like a red colour to get a little bit of a different colour. And I've got to wait for people to move and get their heads out of the way. So I'll take a few pictures and blend it in. And then I've seen another shot as I face it round. I'll just quickly show you. I like this contour. Is it going to go from this bottom corner, leads all the way around and comes back round the top? So yeah, I'll try and get that one as well. That's quite a good one. So I've swapped over and put my wide angle lens on now, and that makes a lot of difference. This has got such a nice little sweeping flow to it. The only problem is, it's like I say, it's all the people. There's just way too many people to get a clean shot. So bring on the rain and make everyone go home. The other thing is, I'm trying to do an extremely long exposure, so by using a sort of like 20 second or 15, 18 second exposures, by going up to f20, I'm getting all the people moving, and hopefully that way I'll get more of the lights coming through behind the people. So yeah, fingers crossed it'll work. Right, we're coming up onto the next one, and guess what? It's another one that's not going to take a very good photograph. But even though I think I got a half decent photograph of those nice swirly lines from the piano thing, but this is another one. Lots of bouncy seesaws with lights in them. Yeah, just totally impossible to photograph because they're all moving and they're just not doing it a lot. But I'll show you anyway. They're good to watch. Right, we're heading down for another one. That one was really quite pants, to be honest. It's just a load of seesaws with lights in them. So again, like I said, no way of actually photographing it whatsoever. So we're going to head in for another one, number 4. I'm going to put a map up for you as well. I'll show you the map. There is actually a map of all the installations. So if you come in here, you can actually follow the map on the River of Lights app. So yeah, head in that direction where there's another zillion people. There's a load of balls, apparently, all glowing balls. So hopefully it'll be a bit more of a photographic light rather than the movable ones, because the movable ones, like I say, nighttime you just can't get movable lights, can you? Because they're just moving all the time. So let's go that way. Let's find out. Let's have a look. This one's definitely a lot better for taking photographs. But what I've got to do is I've got to ram my tripod right against the wall to make sure I can get looking over the top. But yeah, they're pretty good. We've done the bubbles. Pretty cool, yeah, they're not bad. Sort of relatively photographical. Put the long lens on as well. Put me 16 to 80 on, so I've got a bit more of a reach, and I tried to get a few closer shots as well. But yeah, I think we're going to head up to the next one. The next one is something to do with light fields or something. I think there's a lot of lights under a tree. So yeah, let's go and find that one and get a few shots of that. I've just had a picture of the museum as well. Just trying to fill my boots with a few shots while it's not raining so I can face the camera upwards. So let's get the next light done, and it might be time for tea. So if any of you guys actually want to do a bit of street photography in Liverpool, drop me a line or drop me a comment below, and we'll meet up. We'll come over and we'll have a good afternoon and an evening and do a little bit of street photography, looking at architecture, buildings and people and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get a group together. Let's make this happen. Oh, we've got some dancers going on over here now. Let's go and have a look at the dancers. Fill me boots. Here we're coming up towards the church. This is where the field of fairy lights are. Oh, we've got to go around the outside. We've got to go the other direction. They're feeding us in from one side and out the other side. So let's get on in and have a look, see what these field of lights are like. The church looks pretty good. They're all lit up. one's very basic, very simple, and again I'm going to try and get a shot of it. All it's going to be is lots of little lights moving around and swirling around, but from where I'm stood and from the back of the camera, they're actually designed to look like fireflies flying around, and it's very, very clever. I actually quite like this one. I think it looks really, really authentic and really quite cool. That one, I think, strange, Marta said simplest one but the most effective, and I'd already said that on camera, which is really strange. I like that one. I thought that was really good because the thought behind it, just to make it simple, but it did work. I like that. Very difficult to shoot though on a camera. iPhones are definitely the way forward. Click, done.
And it was just so pretty.
Pretty. Well, we're on the next one. This one looks like, I don't know what this one looks like. This looks like a game of chess in a way, but this one will be another one we can get a photograph of. Quite a nice simple one, just some textures and colours and the buildings behind. So the only way I can really do this is I'm actually trying to take lots of different photographs without moving the camera, and then hoping that I can get all the different corners and shapes and lines and edges of all the little pieces and actually just paint them back in, put layers over them in Photoshop, and then just put all the bits back in where there isn't any people. And hopefully if I take enough shot, I should get a clean shot without anyone in it whatsoever, but that could be quite a few shots. Well, we've nailed it on this one. We've got a clean shot with no people in it. They're just about to close, so they've emptied everybody out. That's my final one, I think, because everything's going to be closing now, so we're going to have to call it a day and go and find ourselves some tea, I think. He's about to turn it all off. Right, we're heading down the road now. We're trying to get to the last one we can do tonight. We're going to try and get the Gnomes, which is where I ended up finishing last Sunday. And then we're hitting Matthew Street, whatever that is. On the way back, I thought I'd just stop and get a little reflection shot. The water is beautifully calm and mirror-like, so definitely a nice little shot just here with the orange buildings down on the dock. The wheel right at the end. Now it's moving at the moment, so it's getting a bit of a blur on it. I'm just going to wait for it to stop and get a nice static one as well. But we're just on our way back down to the car park, so we might as well get a few shots on the way back. Before I go, I've got to get one last shot of this big wheel because the reflection in this water is way too good to miss. It is absolutely like looking at glass. It is amazing. So I'm gonna get a shot of this big wheel and I'm gonna do one of those split ones again, just to finish off where we started. Can you believe a bloody boat's just come along and totally ruined the reflection, and he's going back round again?
Yeah.
Oh, never right. Well, that's us done. We're back at the car park now. We went and had a really luxurious McDonald's, as you do. You know, I know how to treat these ladies, don't I? Yeah, before we go, I just want to have a quick mention about this. This is the tripod I've been using while I've been in Liverpool. It's a little baby Manfrotto B3. This is the B3 Advanced Pro, I think it is. I'll put all the links and the details for it on the screen because I don't have anything with me, but this has been a cracking little tripod. It's very, very easy to use. It's a twist grip, which I really, really like. It's got a nice head on it as well with a little leveling ball, and it's got a full pano ball and a pano head. But the thing I do like with it is I can actually fit my little attachment on the side. Got a thread on there for attaching my little gadgets for putting Osmos and things on. So yeah, cracking little tripod. I will do a full review on the gear channel at some point, but I just wanted to give it a bit of a mention because it's been a great little one for traveling with. Easy to carry around town. That's it, I'm going. Got to go because she's holding the camera and she's cold. So ciao for now, see you soon, and hope you enjoyed the lights again. Till next year, bye.